I'm finding workable solutions. All right, workable solutions that work to fix people, to transform lives. And now I have to tell this story to the world because I'm sick and tired of the way this country is going. In the last 3 years, crazy things have happened to people's health. And I got a cool discovery with regards to that to share with you. But before that, we have 26 new products coming on the marketplace. Isn't that cool? Remember, I'm a high intensity guy. I can't just do one. They're all called Dr. West approved nutrition line. We have organic health, hair care, skin care, and nutritional supplements coming our way. We all know about Your Biotics and your Lawn and Garden Pro. Those are the first two. So, one of you guys come out here and help me? I need my Vanna Whites. Let me move the garden thing out of the way. Thank you. Good. So just drop that down behind. This is our new product line. We figured this out in the last 4 months. So that's what I do on my free time. So let's go over the first couple. Your man support and your lady support. All right, men, do we need support? All right, ladies, do you guys, gals need support? Of course, right? Yeah. When you turn 30, so we have some people that are younger than 30, you don't have to worry about it. But when you turn 30, your hormone levels, people, they don't just do this. They do this. They just completely go off the cliff. So we need support. So we've got, well, where are these things? There's your man and lady support. These are my names for them. Our whole brand is, we do it for you, not me. It's Your Biotics, it's your man's support, it's your lady's support. These help the hormones of men and women naturally boost up.
Will it help the hot lady?
Of course. Okay? This is pharmaceutical grade nutrition and higher. This is the highest kind of quality to find out there. Remember, my mom worked in GNC, Carob, remember that story? GNC has some good stuff, but they chelate the nutrition to get it into the body. So you take something that doesn't want to go into the body, you put a piece of sugar on it, and then it will absorb into the body. This is more natural form made in pharmaceutical grade quality places. So it's high quality nutrition for your lady and for your man. That's what we're about. That's the only way I can exist. We also have your weight support. Who here needs help losing weight? Right? I think everybody does in the world today. So we have your weight support, AM and PM. So in the morning, there's one to take to help really get your metabolism going, and then there's one at nighttime to help you burn fat while you sleep. So if you're trying to lose weight, these things can help you do that. We have digestive support. So who here needs help with digestion? Probiotics are 70% of the immune system. Did you guys know that? 70% of the immune system. It's very important to have all the probiotics from nature in there, but these things give you extra help. This thing, guys that get that belly as you get into your 40s and 50s and everything, it's all undigested poop that just stays in there and rots. So a 15-day colon cleanse will help to flush that stuff out. Very important, works well. And ladies get a lot of candida problems. We get candida problems because of antibiotics. Did you guys know that the #1 chemical on the face of the earth, which is called Roundup, right, is patented as an antibiotic? 80% of Americans pee out Roundup, which means we're killing our microbiome inside our bodies and in our land, which is why we have your Lawn and Garden Pro and Your Biotics to put this stuff back. This is essential stuff for everybody to survive the onslaught of problems out there. This helps with the extra candida that don't die from antibiotics to help push it out. And this helps you to clean out the colon. That's important stuff. Sleep support. Who needs help sleeping? Right? This thing has valerian root, some really cool things, GABA to help chill your body out so you can get rest and sleep. I have a lot going on, so I need all the help I can get to really get my body to chill out, to keep going at such a high level. So it's one of the things that I've really worked out how to do. Your mood support. Who needs some help with your mood? We don't have to get into that. These are adaptogens. Adaptogens help your body deal with stress better. Okay? Liver health. Your liver detoxes chemicals out of your body. Everybody's liver needs help to help flush out the junk that's in the environment. Your joint support. Pretty much everybody as they get older is going to need some help with joints. So we put together a formula. Our formulator has been doing it for 35 years, so it's not a rookie. I've been at it for 27 years. My scientist has been at it for almost 40 years in microbiology. So we're putting a lot of pretty high quality teams together to come across with this nutrition. Your immune health, we have a punch for the immune system. 70 to 80% of the immune system, depending on who you talk to and what you read, there's the immune health, is in your gut. So 70 to 80% of the immune system in your gut. Guess how many patients we lost during the last 3 years of this pandemic? It beats really well out of the active patient. Goose egg. Okay? I've talked to so many people in healthcare, and they would ask me, how many patients have you lost? And I went, none. Why? We have the best darn probiotic on the market, all right, with all the microbes of the microbiome to boost your immune system. Now we got the one for the other 30%, and 100% organic pharmaceutical grade nutrition to boost the other side of your immune system. So you better believe I'm going to be armed with this on airplanes and all the travel and the crazy things that I do to really boost my immune system, because I don't get sick. My staff think I'm an alien or a cyborg or something because I don't get slowed down. But now you guys know it's passion about what I do. Heart health, this one helps to naturally lower blood pressure. All right. These are my favorites here, called your essential support. Probiotics are essential because of Roundup and antibiotics. Everybody needs to take it all the time because we're on an onslaught of things that destroy probiotics. We need to get that in our system. We also, everybody lacks vitamin D3. We're all indoors right now. We're not getting it. If you don't go out into that sun half naked, you don't get vitamin D3 made in your body. I had stage 4 melanoma. What's the first thing they tell you to do with skin cancer? Stay out of the sun. How are you going to get vitamin D3? Cover up with what? Sunblock. Hats. Back, I did a video of this years ago. I got to go find it again, because I would go down to Florida and run into little jogging shorts and my barefoot shoes and go run across the causeway out to the beach, down and back and everything. And I saw this old lady, big white brim hat, white up to here, big sunglasses on, gloves and everything out. It was 94 degrees. And I walked right by her and I went, I thought about stopping to ask her if it was stage 4 melanoma, because I know the answer was yes. And I didn't think it was right for me to say me too, and as I ran by. You know, because the sun is not cancer causing people unless you're stupid in the sun, right? The sun is anti-cancer. Vitamin D3 naturally is anti-cancer. And you don't get it unless you go out there. Most SPFs, and this can be looked up online, most SPFs contain carcinogens and neurotoxins. And oil-based products. Did you gals know that all cosmetic lines are based off of oil? All fertilizers made from oil and natural gas? All pharmaceuticals are made from oil? All pharmaceuticals are made from oil? Don't believe me, look it up. There are charts out there that you can see. Oil at different temperatures equals different things. Do you think oil's good? There was a certain individual back in the 1800s that sold it as, it was called the snake oil salesman. I won't name names because that'll really probably get me banned quickly. So vitamin D3 is essential. If you're on a computer, you got to take it because you're not getting out into the sun. I go to Florida, clothes come off, I go out. I lay in the darn thing. I also get into cold water for a reason, so I can tolerate any type of thing. But we need that. Omega-3s are another thing. This is extremely important in healthcare about omega-3s. Go back 10 years, they said it was bad to have omega-6s at 5-to-1 ratio over omega-3s. Bad. Now we see it as high as 70 over 1. Okay, why is that bad? Number one, the problem is because corn, canola, soy, all the vegetable oils are omega-6, pro-inflammatory oils. Omega-3 make up all the cells of our body, and we got 20 to 1, 70 to 1, 15 to 1 ratios in college kids today. Guess what they found out at 20 to 1? When you have 20 to 1 ratio of omega-6 over omega-3, guess what happens? You start to get ideas of suicide and homicide. Where have you heard that one before? That sounds like a psychiatric psychology type thing. It's a deficiency of omega-3 thing. And if you don't get omega-3s, the best source of omega-3s, period, is wild-caught fish, by far. But if you can't get it or afford it, you got to do something to get the stuff in. Our essential support omega-3, which is one of these things, this one, is enteric coated. It will go through your stomach acid, get into your small intestine where it's needed the most. All cells need to be made of omega-3s. Cells that are made of any other type of oil are dysfunctional cells and will break down. That's what causes problems in the gut. We got to get omega-3 use way up to counteract that. It's essential. This isn't, if you want to take it, you should take it. No, you got to do something. Your kids have to do it. Otherwise, they may go to college and start thinking of homicide and suicide just by being nutritionally deficient in omega-3s. Pretty freaky, isn't it? The next one is a multivitamin. During the last 3 years, we had quite a few supplements that just disappeared off the market because they ran out of supply, because there's a supply chain problem. So we went looking for a good multivitamin that is organic, food-based. This has fruit, vegetables, and a whole bunch of herbs, roots, and extracts of natural things in it from a multivitamin. So we finally have one now. These are the essentials. We also have, we didn't have it here because they're still working out the labels, but we have organic hair care and skin care. I use it. We have the skin care is specially approved by my wife, who has the most sensitive skin on planet Earth, and everything I would buy, she would say, nope, 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 nope. And she finally got stuff that she says, I like it. So that's not a scientific hypoallergenic test, but it is in my mind. So we got, tea tree, and it's not overpowering smell either. It's nice and soft stuff. It's good for the hair. Oop, lost something here. And then we have our skincare line, which we have some of this stuff here that I've been using. I shave with the vitamin C and the restorative oil, these two right in here. So I put it on there and it makes a nice glide on there, and it's good for the skin and keeps it nice and healthy and everything. So you don't have to look or feel 53 like I am. Pretty cool, huh? So 26 new things are up on the website. We've got samples here. Everybody here gets a gift bag with one of the versions of it in it, which is kind of cool. So now I want to get into what we figured out Sunday. So anybody who needs to buy it, it's there. drwestapproved.com, that's our website. So now let me figure out how I can get this stuff out here. So in the last year, I've met so many people. I've been to so many seminars. I've met a lot of fellow censored doctors, a lot of the frontline doctors that are challenging the status quo out there and getting banned, like I was last year on Facebook. And they've been trying to figure out why people are getting sick. You have to be under a rock not to realize that athletes are dying young now. People young are getting blood clots. There's problems out there, and I'm not gonna name names. All I know is there's a problem, and there's doctors that I ran into in Tampa that are trying to figure it out because something changed 2 years ago. And it doesn't matter whether or not you got a shot or you did get a shot. Everybody's blood is starting to congeal, to get thicker, to get more sluggish. And now there are foreign objects in the bloodstream that are showing up that we don't know what they are yet. And I'm going to show you proof of it. A bunch of doctors are trying to test things to see what the heck is going to fix it. And they've been doing this routinely and rigidly for 2 years and found nothing to make it different. Some things show a little bit of promise. Some probiotics showed a little bit of promise. Certain other things showed a little bit of promise, but nothing made huge differences. So I was invited to come hang out with these doctors because they knew I'm into microbiology and I have some pretty unique products. So I show up on the afternoon on Sunday, exhausted after flying and seeing a lot of patients. And they tested my blood and they just turned around and looked at me and went, "What are you doing?" Because my blood was normal. And I went, "I don't know, I'm exhausted and tired. But I do a lot of stuff to biohack this thing to make it in good shape," right? So they got interested. So then we started talking about the different things that I do to keep myself in good shape. But my scientist up here told me, please take our water-based product. We have a probiotic-based product that cleans up water systems. We are 65% water, so it will clean up our water system too. It will break down microplastics. Who here has heard of the plastic island in the ocean the size of Texas? Right? Plastic is everywhere, and it is broken down into microscopic pieces of plastic that we ingest. It gets in the food, it gets in the water, it gets everywhere. It's now getting to the point where, because of, I assume, nanotechnology, it's getting into our bloodstream. Because I'm going to show you some things in the blood that shouldn't be there that are really large out of people my age, people older, and people younger. You guys ready? This is literally no place on planet Earth that knows about this stuff right now. So I am stepping out to share some wild, crazy stuff with you people. So let's get into here.
Change the world for us.
That's my goal. I have to at this point. I am tired of being quiet when there's something that can be done about the problems that are out there. Let me find out where I put these. If I can't find them here, I know where they are. They're in here. So here is one of them. So here is blood that we saw in people. So this is the blood. You can see how these are all red blood cells. Some of these blue ones are white blood cells, these different looking ones. But these are all red blood cells that are congealing together. So this is kind of normal stuff that they would see. And they would test things to see what would make it change. So we tried, I have it in the back, but we have that, I called it the Pull and Pond product, but it's a water-based cleanup with microplastics. It also takes algae out of the water by releasing nitrogen. Nitrogen is 78% of the air. We don't need to fertilize. We just need to grab it from the air. It's 78% of the air. There are microbes that grab it to put it into the soil and feed it to the roots. And they also take it from algae and release it. In Florida, we have algae problems. We have red tide. Every farm in America deals with ponds that are full of algae. And they keep fertilizing it, and the fertilizer runs off into the water, and then it feeds the algae, and it grows like crazy. So we have a product that will help that kind of stuff. We didn't realize it would help this kind of stuff. But because of the microplastic microbes in it, we decided to test it. And here's where it gets crazy. This is what it turned into within 5 minutes. And I got video to show, but I don't know if I can show it here. So these are the things that we start to find in the blood. We call them blobs, right? Because this is not supposed to be there. 2 years ago, the doctors I'm working with are in their 70s. They've been at this for 30 years looking at blood under dark field microscope. They said this stuff never showed up until 2 years ago. But they never saw a response in 5 minutes to go from that to this. All the red blood cells break apart and people start to feel a surge of energy because now you have oxygen going through your whole body because that's the way it's supposed to be. The oxygen gets released wherever this touches. Right? When it's all clumped together, you don't get much of a surface area to touch. So we tried on this person and everybody, their jaw dropped because this is a 70-year-old, the wife of one of the doctors there, that went from congealed blood, sluggish, feeling old to, holy crap, that's what an 18-year-old, just ignore this, but that's the way normal should look like. So these things were like, okay, what is this stuff? Some people say it's an air bubble, but do you see other stuff inside there? Something else is in there. We don't know everything because we don't have the lab equipment to test it yet. But watch this. You see this blue that goes around this blob. Let me show you some cool things. So this is a blob. Look, so these are red blood cells congealed together. Look at the size of this thing. That's in the fingertip. Because we prick the finger, squeeze out blood, put it on the slide and throw it on the microscope. And these are the things that we see. Those are red blood cells that are inside there. They're dead, right? But you see how bright white this wall of this thing is? So let's take it back to after. This is what it started to look like. Air bubbles don't do that. Air can't do that. This is something else other than an air bubble because this is caving in, but you see the blue. Our microbes called archaea, extremophiles, archaea fluoresce color. Who here has been to the hot springs of Montana? Anybody? Have you seen the colors around it? Doesn't it look like that? When there's a whole bunch of them together, they fluoresce energy and color. And so this cell wall started to break down, but look how big these things are in the bloodstream. This isn't after, all the blood freed up, and then we got this glow around this blob, and it started to break down. Let me show you some really cool things. Here is further breakdown. Air bubbles don't do that. Look at this color now. You see how thin it is, and now it's glowing with red and orange and yellow as it breaks down? That's archaea. They fluoresce colors, and they are breaking down the foreign things that are in the blood within 5 to 10 minutes. Isn't that exciting? We saw after 7 hours, this stuff started to disappear inside the blood. Okay? Really, really crazy stuff. Here's another one, an after. You see this blue light, and it starts to break down. These doctors looked at this and they said, we've never seen this happen. We've never seen this start that quickly. All right, so this is literally ground-breaking, earth-shattering type of cool stuff happening as of Sunday. And then we did it again Tuesday night, and we're going to do some more this weekend because more is coming, and we're going to test a bunch of people to figure out the dose so we can start cleaning people's blood up. And everybody who took it started to feel a rush in the head and a rush and a surge in energy and got real excited because they never experienced something that quickly. And it's got to be from just oxygen. So, okay? Yes, sir.
What was the product that you had introduced?
We call it the Pool and Pond probiotics, but it is a probiotic mixture specifically to clean up microplastics, chemicals, and junk in waterways because it's full of water junk nowadays. So it's not, chemical based. This is microbiology. It's safe to eat. It's safe to drink. It's safe to lather up, which we have some cool stuff also to get into later. But this is nobody else outside of here and who's watching on TV is going to even know about this. And people will question this. Oh, it's photoshopped. No, I have the video. This is new stuff, and we're going to amass more and more research till we figure out the dosage, which we already figured out, because it takes about 7 hours to run its course, and then you got to reintroduce. So it's about 3 times a week. I, for 3-4 days, was feeling that rush and surge, and now I don't feel it, which means it's probably, and I'm going to get mine tested again this weekend to check it again, and it's probably in much better shape. Okay? Pretty cool stuff. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, this is freaky. We found this inside somebody's bloodstream. Here's all the clogged up blood vessels. If I blow that up, you see the grid lines?
Yeah.
Does that look like something synthetic to you?
Yes.
Sure does to me. When we blew it up, I don't know what it is. It's a tube. Whoop, hold on, can't do that on this screen. But it's a tube. And it's in somebody's blood from their finger, which is tiny blood vessels. Okay? So we have people getting clots now. And now we have a way to handle it. Okay? So you can tell I'm excited over this stuff. This is the inside of one of the blobs that we blew up, and you can see the blood cells and all these little dots and everything. We have to test this to see what it is. We don't know, but it shouldn't be there, is what all these doctors that have been doing it for 30 years said. This stuff should not be there in the blood, and it started 2 years ago. Yes?
What are those dots that were shining?
We don't know. We haven't tested it, but it's something. Hydrogel is what we think it is because hydrogel has been in medical science since the 1960s. Time-release pharmaceuticals are in hydrogel. It's plastic, microplastics. So they've been using them for a long time. They can actually program them to go after a virus, a bacteria, a chemical, or who knows what else using electromagnetic frequencies. You can look this up online. Because we had to. We're trying to figure it out. pH, temperature, you can alter these blobs and make them get bigger or smaller or alter them. All right, so it can release medication into the bloodstream, but they're getting pretty darn big. And you can see here, there's stuff in there. We don't know what it is. But I don't have the pictures, but one of the doctors on his own, because it's his microscope, he saw stuff like this without any of this 7 hours later. And we'll get more of that. It means it's all broken down and this stuff is there, but the microbes will clean out foreign substances. That's what they do. Okay? So, yeah, quick, go ahead.
All the blood is coming from a finger.
Yeah, fingertip. You just finger prick, put it on a slide, and look at it. Okay?
Also,
Yeah.
can those be altered by 5G?
We don't know. This is a microscope. This is Sunday. We haven't tested everything, so we don't totally know. But the good news is we take stuff like that and we make it look like this quickly using our products that we have. So quickly we're going to have stuff available. We just don't have it yet because we didn't realize it would do that until this week. Okay, but we have a solution for that kind of stuff. Another thing that we're working on, which is kind of exciting, one of our patients here, who's River Hill Homesteader, is starting to make soap with your biotics in it, with our probiotics. Because our probiotics, archaea live in heat. They produce heat. They live in salt. They produce salt. They live in acid. They produce acid. There's different ones that have a different function. So these guys will survive anywhere. And now they're in soap that you lather, and it will go into your body through your skin. So we're just making better quality everything. We have deodorant coming with your biotics in it. We have hand soaps and bar soaps and more things. And our stuff, everybody gets one of these that's here. This cream, you can mix 2 capsules of your biotics in it, stirred up, and it will change and make it a better quality product. Clean it up, alter it. We've done some pretty amazing things with that kind of stuff. Another soon-to-be member of our team, Dr. Melanie Hurst, also has been treating her patients with herbs, powerful herbs, and we are now fermenting herbs. Because when you ferment something, you make it more bioactive, more available, better quality, everything. And so we're going to make a very potent herbal product, super potent, so we can really arm ourselves into the wild, crazy period of winter coming up when people's immune systems get hammered. So we're on the cutting edge of making things that are going to help anybody who wants to try our stuff out and make their body better. It's basically why I exist. It's the passion that I have.